Lads, welcome back to Fusion YGO. Today we're doing something interesting. It's Market Watch, and we're looking at weird stuff, and we're gonna have a little bit of fun with it here today on the channel. So, I guess we dive right in. Segues are great. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So, starting out with Dragoon. Oh, Dragoon boy. So right now for the original 2020 Lost 10 of Lost Memory, whatever, the 2020 tins, it is currently sitting at, if you're not looking for a Korean one and you're looking for one that you can actually play here in the TCG, it's $111, $112. That's a lot of money for Dragoon. Anybody that bought these, not like recently, but like before this gigantic price scoop, this is a $50 boost. Like, this is insane. So yeah, Dragoon, seeing its popularity, its lowest point here has been in the 113th. Looks like its low so far it was 97. Let's look at the year-long trend. So we've had a point where it was in the 70s a couple of times. So if you pick these up while they were in the 70s, you've made value. So yeah, Dragoon. Next up is, we're going to look at some hand traps. We're starting with Ash Blossom and Joyous Forehead. Ash, for the original secret rares, we'll look at in a second, but like for the premium golds, for maximum gold, it's $30. It's $35 for the Legendary Collection Kaiba. It's $30 for the dual powers. It's $30s for the dual devastators. For Shadows in Valhalla, you're looking at another $30. So this is a $30 a piece hand trap, but I specifically want to look at the Maximum Crisis one. With Maximum Crisis, so for the first editions, I think what's its current? Its current trend on first editions is $125. So let's go ahead and let's actually filter these a little bit. Let's go for first editions, and for first editions, for a near mint or lightly played. Lightly played is $100. That's Portuguese. So in English, for a lightly played one, it is looking like, oh my gosh. For a lightly played first edition, it's $100 a piece. That's still Portuguese. Hold on. For an English copy, lightly played, first edition is $120. Holy smokes. Yeah, Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring is still very expensive for Maximum Crisis. Ghost Mortar and Moonlit Chill. So we'll look at the Eternity Code ones here in a minute, but you can get your playset of them for relatively cheap for the 2021 tins. Let's see here. So it looks like it's $2.50 a copy, and it's not bad. It's a pretty decent card. Let's go to Phantasme. So, original print Phantasme is something I want to look at. But if you notice, for Dual Overload, it's about $3.50 a copy. The super rares from the 2020 tins are also about $2 a copy. So that's not terrible. But the secret rares, I want to see how well they retain their value. So, there was a point in time where first editions were cheaper than Unlimiteds. That's interesting. For right now, though, it looks like they're about $30 for a first ed. So let's hit that filter button. Let's check out the first editions. Let's take a look-see. For a lightly played one, you're looking at $27 a copy. You can get them right here, $27 a piece for Chaos Games LLC for a playset of them. Yeah. So Phantasme actually, I think, is pretty decent depending on like how the format goes. Against certain matchups, everything that isn't essentially branded, this card is actually pretty decent against. Bringing this back up, though, with Boral End Dragon coming out, I expect to see a lot more Dragon Link players. This card actually really helps you deal with Dragon Link, because it lets you dig deeper, and you can get to a point where they've got like 2 or 3 Link monsters on the field, depending on how the combo line goes. Alright, future looking. We got Totally Awesome here. Totally awesome for the original print. We'll look at in a minute. It looks like it's about $40 a piece. For the 2017 Megatins, it's about $30 a copy. For these ones, it's over $40. That's pretty insane. And you're still looking at $15. $15, the maximum gold. Totally awesome. This card skyrocketed. It went straight to the moon. Swap Frog, because I'm curious about it. For the Ultimate Rares, you were looking at $200 for a moderately played German one. It looks like it's $230 per copy. There's only 4 listings. Okay, we actually want to look at this. We're going to actually look at this. Okay, so there are 12 listings. This is the Korean one. That's not what we're looking for. So from Anonymous Bards, it's $230 for one. After that, for a playset to get them in German, you're looking at $756. $51. Jiminy Jesus. That is an expensive Ultimate Rare. Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1. Outside of the skill drain, there's not a lot of value in here, like, in terms of price. Stratos is $5 a copy. The Ally of Justice Cycle Reader is $3.50. That's not bad. Let me check something. No, it's not. Okay. Let's see. But then the polys are about $5. The Shining Flare Wingmans are about $3. The Woboku, for some reason, is $4 or $5. There's actually some decent value in here, but it's more penny stocks than it is anything else. I didn't think this set was going to do very well, and unfortunately, in this case, I was correct. The Speed Duel box. I'm only looking at this because Dasher's in it, and Dasher is the most expensive card in it at, what, $9 a copy? Outside of that, there's nothing. There's the Dekoichi. I'm sure in Speed Duel, this is, like, I would assume Speed Duel is probably, at this point, very reminiscent of, like, late GOAT format. So Dekoichi is going to be really good. Cyber Dragon is obviously very strong. Book of Moon is silly good. So there's some good cards in here if you're playing Speed Duels. It's a great way to play GOAT format without, playing GOAT format. Mysterion the Dragon Crown. I think this is actually an underrated Super Poly target, especially with the lists that are running Dragoon. I think this card's actually pretty decent if you're playing, especially if you're playing a Spellcaster list. So it can't be used as fusion material, so they can't Super Poly it away or fusion summon it with Fallen of Albaz. They can't do it. It's not possible. Can't be used as fusion material. It loses 100 attack for each of your banished cards, which isn't great. But if a monster uses its effect activated to special summon itself, or a monster with its same original type, you can target one of those special summon monsters and banish the monster. Also, banish all monsters on the field of the same original type. So this card is not terrible. The fact that it loses attack for the monsters banished, that for the cards banished, that can be bad. But this card's actually surprisingly pretty good as a Super Poly target, specifically to deal with Dragoon. So I wanted to look at that. So this card's about $1.50 a piece. It's a cheap investment to eventually this card could potentially see play. It also gives you a way to deal with things like Dragon Link. So if they have like Borland on the field, which is pretty difficult to out for a lot of decks, one of the things you can do is you can normal summon in like a Spellcaster of any kind, and then just fusion summon with it. Just get Borland off the field. So I think this is a good investment for the future. I think this card could see a lot of play. It's just, I will admit it's not the greatest card in the world, but it is a individual answer. And it can also banish stuff, which is cool. Aluber. Look, we're at the point where we have to check Aluber every day. Aluber is down to 95. We're seeing 95s right now. So here's the thing. For Ghost from the Past 2, from all the things I've seen, this is highly short printed. These being $44. If Despia and Branded continue to be a top strategy, expect this to go up, not down. This actually might be the lowest price we see on this, except for maybe release day. Because release day, there's always a flood in the market. This might be one of the best times to pick up Alubers if you're looking to play them at $45 a piece until Despia inevitably does potentially get hit. Ghost from the Past 2. Speaking of Ghost from the Past 2, looks like Dark Magician Girl is currently sitting at about a $900 rate. Jeez. Outside of that, we've got the Aluber, obviously. Deco Talker Heat Soul, for some reason, is at $30. And then you get your Borderlands at $16. This card's likely going to go down. I think this card is going to probably drop in price before it goes back up. Neos Kluger. This is going to be pretty cool for the hero players. A new toy. All 5 of you. Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. That's pretty interesting. It's sitting at about $12. That's good for them. So this is a card that I'm surprised by. Crystron Halki Fibrax is only $15 on pre-sale. This is almost worth getting now. And then the Majesty Hyperion. So it drops below 10 after that. So yeah, it might be worth picking up your Halki Fibraxes and your Alubers on pre-sale. Only because I think Aluber will realistically go back up. And Crystron Halki Fibrax is Crystron Halki Fibrax. The only other card I would recommend investing in on pre-sale would be potentially Boral End, which I think will go up in price depending on its availability. The last thing we're going to look at is Dinomorphia. I'm curious about this because apparently this stuff is really good with stuff that is coming out. But I don't know the truth or the validity to that. So Dinomorphia might be a decent thing to pick up. So Theresia was really cheap. I want to look at this because I picked these up a little bit ago and they were really cheap. Yeah, these were like $5 a piece and now they're 30s. What is happening? Yeah, this card shot right to the moon. I thought I picked these up at a lot cheaper than 30 a piece, and I did. That's wild. So yeah, I guess this new level 2 archetype really breaks open Dinomorphia. That's pretty neat. Outside of Theresia, I don't think anything else is super expensive or has gone wild and crazy. Let's check this. An alert. Okay, so nothing to write home about, but these Theresias just skyrocketed. What is happening? My goodness. Okay. Well. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, that's going to do it for Market Watch today. Thank you for checking this out. Make sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you like this kind of content. We do Market Watch every Tuesday, and we look at a whole bunch of random stuff. So if there's anything specific you'd like me to look at next week, leave it in the comment section down below. Like I said before, like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, lads, good fun. Have luck.